What's up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. So this is a re-upload of all the old cycle documentary logs documenting my side effects and results. So please subscribe here and please follow me on Instagram at Russo Lifts. In case something happens to this channel, you can follow, message me, interact with me directly, and there's daily content on there. Hope to see you guys on Instagram. Enjoy all the re-upload.
I've been watching you. Just come to me.
What is up, everyone? It's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. If everyone could drop me a like for that drone footage, because I literally watched that thing almost plummet out of the sky. It was so windy and cold that day. That'd be much appreciated. But let's jump right into the training footage I have. So this was a low carb day, and I decided to do some shoulders and a little bit of arms. I felt terrible, but I did want to include this footage because I was a lot drier. As you can see, there's individual striations in my shoulders, and I definitely have a dry, sucked in look. This is after I added in the Acp-105, which I'm going to talk about at the end of the video. This was the complete opposite. This day I was super carved up to a point where I was almost bloated, because if you guys are new here, I actually had a minor strain on my pec minor, my left pec minor, and pretty much took, I'd say, about 3 weeks off of training chest hard, just doing through the motions. Now I'm getting back into it. I'm trying to get back up to my working set volume. So I worked up to 2 plates and a 10 on incline for a triple, and it's still moving pretty ugly. So I'm pretty bummed that I lost that much strength. But considering I'm going to be going back into a surplus soon and no longer trying to lean out, I have 2 more weeks, I'm going to say, of trying to lean out and burn more fat. And then I'm going to go into a surplus with the new LGD and NPP. Right now I'm in the cut mode, but I'm trying to get my incline back up to where it was. So that's a work in progress. But as far as my injury goes, it still does bother me on flat bench. Like when I flat bench heavy, I feel a slight popping sensation in my upper left pec. So if anyone has experience with pec injuries, please comment down below. Incline, I do not feel any little popping or anything whatsoever. Incline feels good to go, and I'm gonna stick with incline anyways for bodybuilding purposes, because I want to target the fibers in the upper half of my chest a lot more than the lower chest anyways. But at the same time, I want to keep progressing my main compound bench press to over 315 pounds. I think I have 3 plates and a 5 is the most I've ever done on flat bench, if you're wondering. So I want to keep that progressing. But right now I'm taking a break, so I moved on to incline dumbbells. And again, it's coming back. My working volume with the hundreds is getting back up to where it used to be, and I'm feeling pretty strong again. Again, you have to remember, like, this was a high carb day. I felt like a god in there because I had so much energy versus all the 3 days before that where I felt like a zombie. But I did try and incorporate more volume because I am trying to increase my overall weekly volume on my weaker body parts. So I was doing supersets or drop sets, but I didn't record everything. But I did record my drop sets for these incline sets. So I would do pretty much, I was aiming for 10 reps, but I didn't quite get 10 every set. I did 3 sets of aiming for 10 reps on the hundreds on incline, and then I went into I believe 50 or 45s, and I just banged them out until I hit failure. Again, trying to break down a lot more fibers and get in a lot more volume. Since I'm super enhanced right now, I can take advantage of that. But overall, I'm feeling good about my chest. I think my chest is going to make a 100% comeback. I don't think I'll be having to see a surgeon or anything, which I am super relieved and super blessed to not have that. That injury could have been a lot worse, and I'm just glad that my strength is coming back, and I'm feeling good besides flat bench. Again, there's no pain in flat bench, but, you know, there's a weird popping sensation. I'm just going to take a break from it because incline is feeling good. I'm lifting at a new gym. If you guys can see, they have a couple unique machines, and you guys are going to see this gym a lot. I really like the equipment in this gym, but it is freaking cold in this gym. And I pretty much had my jacket on the whole time, and I did take it off just so it didn't look like I was training in the jacket on the video, but just FYI, it was freezing in there. This is one of the cool machines I was talking about. It's an incline with you close your grip at the top, the perfect squeeze. And I did work my way up to this set, so I was doing a lot more reps as I kept adding a plate. But I did get to an all-out heavy max set, and this was it. 4 plates in the 25. Again, it's not a very heavy machine, but man, it just hits the right spot on your upper chest. You just feel it burning on that last rep. You can see me just screaming. But yeah, comparing S23 to ACP, I'm gonna do that at the end of the video, but right off the bat, if you guys don't want to watch the whole thing, ACP so far, as I'm dosing it, is not stacking up to S23, but I did notice a lot more of an S4 effect with ACP, and I haven't had any vision side effects, but it definitely seems to be more of an S4 like effect, less of an RAD or S23 effect. Here's how I look pumped up. Now again, I train chest, not arms, but as you can see, my skin is looking better, but I still do have a little bit of acne, but it looks night and day better than at the beginning of the cycle. And I still have been dosing MK677 every couple of days, as well as supplementing B5. But I definitely do feel like my side chest has improved. And again, I suck at posing, never got posing lessons. I will get posing lessons when I do plan on competing. And my tricep was definitely gone from all the carbs and water, but I definitely feel like I've brought up my arms recently, as well as my chest, until I got injured, and I feel like it's a little shrunk down, but we're going to be bringing it back up. But that is how I'm currently looking on the cycle, if you guys are following all the vlogs. Okay, let's get to what you guys want to hear about ACP.
Alright, so my thoughts on ACP-105 so far. First off, right off the bat, so far it's nothing like S23. I think S23 is way stronger. So as far as dosing wise, I have built my lab rat up to 4 caps a day. Started with 2 caps a day, and I'm trying to space it out as evenly as possible. So right now my lab rat is at 12 mg per day. If you guys have been following the channel and you watched the scientific video with Alec, we discussed in the study that the equivalent milligram dosage in the lab rat study was 11 mg per day. So I am now just at the equivalent study dosage basically. So personally, what I've noticed so far, it's like S4 in my opinion. It's not a full look in my opinion. S23 gives me a full look and very vascular, grainy, hard. S4 is more like a sunken in, like quote unquote natty look, but I'm very vascular and strong, and it feels very, very similar to S4, but it's not nearly as strong as S23. And a couple things to note coming off S23 and switching into ACP-105. Definite decrease in blood pressure, definite decrease in aggression as far as my mental, definitely less snappy as far as that goes, and definite decrease in body heat. So S23 definitely has some sides, and you can definitely notice it coming off them. And I literally felt the S23 leave my system. And at first, the ACP wasn't really doing shit, to be honest, at 2 caps per day. 4 caps a day, I'm starting to really feel like an S4 type feeling, kind of like that feeling. But I haven't had any eyesight issues, nothing like blood pressure, body heat, nothing like that. But I think I'm going to continue experimenting. You know, when you look at the other rat studies, basically, you know, that's a dosage where it becomes effective, but bodybuilder dosage, you might need to push the envelope a little more. So I think I'm going to do a high dosage ACP-105 experiment. So subscribe if you want to see that and what I think of that. But as far as I can tell, it's just a low side effect S4, and I haven't noticed anything out of the blue. Another thing about my balls actually grew a little bit switching from S23 to ACP-105. My balls weren't really shrunk exactly from the S23, but they definitely increased in size a little bit switching off from S23 to ACP-105. That doesn't really mean shit that, oh, ACP is not suppressive at all. No, it just means S23 is really suppressive, and the second you take it out of the equation, your body starts, you know, kicking the HPTA back on, because S23 is super suppressive, as you guys all know. I've been bitching about it for like the past couple months, ever since using S23. I have a love-hate relationship with S23. I think it's the Sarm that is just as strong as steroids, but it comes with like the same side, so it's kind of hard to like combat the issue. Well, it doesn't come with the same sides. It has less binding affinity to the prostate than some steroids, and doesn't convert to DHT and estrogen, but there is some benefits. I just wanted to point them out for you guys. Back to ACP-105. So I plan on definitely pushing the envelope. In my opinion, I think the caps from EA are a bit underdosed. If I do find benefit out of the higher dosage ACP-105, I probably won't even, you know, recommend it, because then it just doesn't become cost effective. But you know, since my lab rat's willing to test, and I'm, you know, fortunate to be in the situation where I got the ACP-105 for free, I'm definitely going to try out high dosage to see, you know, what the sides are and how that affects it. Because again, you have to think about the study. That's the effective dose. We got to push the bodybuilder ranges, you know. Everyone else using SARMs is in the bodybuilder dosage range, not really comparable to the studies. So let's give it some more time. Again, this is my initial impressions, not my final review. A lot of people are asking me what I think of the other one, AC262. I just don't think it's that strong, flat out. It might be a less side effect to Ostarine, but I'm not impressed with it on paper that much, just being completely honest. So I don't really think I'll give that one a shot. If I had to redo the cycle over again and I knew that these new SARMs were hitting the table with EA, because I didn't really know until a couple weeks ago, then I would have replanned my cycle out to have AC262, then go into Ostarine to kind of compare those, because those seem to be on the same power spectrum. Again, so I heard. Again, I'm just kind of pulling words out of my ass. I don't really have experience with AC262, but on paper, that's what I'm thinking. But definitely going to keep continuing the experiment with ACP-105 as I continue the cut. Again, I am leaning out, I think, pretty nicely. I'm really going to start cranking up the fasted cardio. I have been added in sessions, and I have been carb cycling. So everything is looking good as far as my fat loss goes. And I'm going to try and bring out some pretty clearly visible abs in the next 2 weeks. And then we're going to throw in the new LGD 3303, as well as MPP for the new roid to add in, get my experience with that. And I'm going to probably add in 3303 first on the base of test. I'm using a switch off sus to test just because it's easier. And I'm going to experiment with that. And then I'll add in the MPP, so I actually know what 3303 does, because that is the one I'm actually excited about, is LGD 3303. And everyone I talk to who has experience with it definitely likes it so far. So keep your eyes out for 3303. I definitely am excited for that one. I'm going to continue with the experiments with ACP-105. So far, just seems like a less side effect S4 type of feel. But again, I haven't really pushed the envelope, and the EA caps are 3 mg, so I think the EA caps might be a little bit underdosed. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear. I think maybe, going above the dosage of the study into a bodybuilder dosage range might yield more results. But it's effective at 4 caps per day, for sure. But it's not as crazy as S23, and I'm not trying to make it up like it, because it's not. And I definitely noticed the decrease in power as I came off S23, but also the decrease in side effects. So that's how it normally goes with androgens anyways. So that is what's new with ACP-105, and that is my current dosings. Again, I worked my way up to 4 caps per day. Again, 6-hour half-life, so I'm spreading them out as much as I can. And there's nothing really to note. I don't really have any variables I changed. It's the same base. And I'm just having that base in because I was just utilizing S23. So if I wasn't utilizing the test, then I'd have no estrogen, be making no gains, and have fucked up libido. I don't want to have that. So I'm going to read off some comments, and then I'm going to send you guys on. Alright guys, so if you're new here, I read off everyone in the comment section, and I try and interact with everyone. I do my best to try and get back to everyone who direct messages me. I apologize if I don't reply. Just bump up your conversation to the top if you want to get a hold of me directly. There's my email in the pinned comment below. But I prefer direct messaging on Instagram at RussoLifts. Hit me up there. But I do like interacting with everyone who chooses to support by commenting on my videos. So let's get to the comments. Natty Gaines, 20K subs for the trend cycle, Russo? I don't know. Let's see at 20K. I mean, 20K is a lot of subscribers, so if you can make it happen, Natty Gaines, I can make the series happen. ACP-105 gives me a good feeling just like Asta, but feels twice as strong a mg per mg. I had little to no water retention, same. Muscles got hard like on Rad, but without the aggression. You should like it, but it needs to be taken at a good dose. Okay, I don't notice the muscle hardening like Rad, but again, you have to remember that with Rad, personally, when I ran Rad solo, I dosed my lab rat at 30 to 40 milligrams per day, and that is a lot of Rad, but that's where I noticed the extreme hardening. So like you said, it needs to be taken at a good dose. So what dose was your lab rat considering a good dose? And I want to give it a shot. Definitely no water retention. Again, you can see in the training clips when I'm on low carb, super depleted, there's like feathers in my shoulders and everything. And then I carbed up on purpose. That was from carbs, was the second thing, but I was full as shit. And you said twice as strong mg per mg. I would definitely agree with that 100%. I more think of it like S4 because I just got done utilizing S4. And S4 is a little bit more powerful than Asta in my experiences. So, yeah. Thank you so much for that comment, but just reply what dosage you went with. I'm going to check the replies. People are commenting they got the same rice cooker and pressure cooker as me. You guys all making them same easy-ass lazy bodybuilder gains. Another person commented they got ACP-105 and oh, Jake did. Jake, tell me how you like AC-262. He's going to do it on a baseline of test. How high have you gone MIG-wise daily for MK677? I used your code recently, picked up some. MK677, first time I ran it up to 75 MIG per day. Running at 25 MIG per day after looking at a few different studies that were done on humans. Shows that 100 MIG were used per day for 21 days and stated that any more, no significant increase in IGF production or HGH, so obviously they tested it as well. So personally, I've gone up to dosing MK677 on my lab racks. This is for research purposes only, but I got up to 40 MIG per day. That was fasted morning, fasted pre-workout, and then 2 night. So at that dose, I feel so lethargic and tired all day. It's like I never fully wake up. So I don't know how you could tolerate over that much. Personally, I think the threshold is really like 35 to 40 is like the max I don't think going any higher. Again, it's a secretagogue, so your gland can only secrete so much per day. And by using that fasted and that protocol, you're basically pulsing it all day like crazy, milking the gland. Anyways, so yeah, that's my experience with 677. Okay, Reteep Manuski, promoting products that you make money on. Come on, man. Promoting products that I've literally logged my results, that you can take it or leave it if it worked or not, for the past almost year and a half, and showing exactly what I've done and utilizing the products that I represent and getting a lot of results, significant results. Man, I'm such a dishonest salesman. What a snake oil salesman. I'm just literally logging my experience and my physique building journey, I guess. Now, Ali, why don't you tan? Because I'm pasty as fuck. No, I'm just lazy, to be honest. What's the best exercise to get big shoulders? Personally, my shoulders really started gaining a lot of size when I was doing a lot of volume on seated dumbbell shoulder press, as well as learning how to do lateral raises correctly. So I like doing lateral raises with a suicide grip, and then focusing on just lifting your elbow and then kind of turning the weight at the top to get the maximum contraction, and then not doing it straight out but like a slight curve. And experimenting with doing very long sets and short sets and heavy sets, always changing it up. But really progress your compounds, seated dumbbell military press or military press, and doing, progressing your compound, basically adding more weight, more reps every time is going to grow your shoulders the fastest. Paco Aguirre, hey dude, you also have to lift weights to gain muscle, right? All right, Paku, eventually with myostatin inhibitors, I won't even have to lift weights to gain muscle. So technically, I'll be able to sit on that couch up there and talk about shit and gain muscle once these new myostatin inhibitors gain more research and have more human trials, and you just grow muscle while you're sitting there. So actually, eventually you won't. Alright, on that note, I want to thank everyone who made it to this part in the video. You are the MVP, so put hashtag MVP, and I'm going to be only going through the hashtag MVP comments next video. Again, I love interacting with the people who watch my content all the way through, and I thank you so much. YouTube has been a bitch lately about that one video I made with injectable branched chain amino acids. So I thank everyone who watches the video all the way through and likes the video. Stay tuned for more information, basically my personal thoughts on Acp-105. I'm going to do a high dosage experiment, as well as continuing to watch this cycle go through. Again, my chest is finally feeling better, so I'm back to training it pretty much at 95%. Thank you so much, guys, for everyone who watched. I will see you in my next video.